And good afternoon. Welcome. Let me just double check something. But yes, so welcome. Apologies for the late start. I was doing some pre-stream research and lost track of time. So where are you doing? That would be why. I was wondering why my audio track wasn't coming up, but it's because it's stopped. It's no longer writing to its file. Let me just fix that. Press so we want save the cover to, where is it? Bear with me one moment, folks. Yes, overwrite that. So it is title. That saves to now playing. I don't know why that stopped. Okay, that's fixed. So here we go. Right, where are we? Okay. Actually, I want to check that's working. Should be. There should be a notification. I believe it's the top right corner. I'll be able to make a better audio notification once I've got, well, this up and running. That still didn't trigger. Yeah, that's not what's playing. don't know. Just skip ahead. What are the file permissions on these? Not set to read only. I don't know. I'll have to look at that later. Okay, so I have done some research into saving. And as I said, I want to create a new overlay for Hitman as well. Then, depending on how long all that takes, we'll probably play some Hitman. Let's put that back in. I've also, because NVIDIA have fixed their drivers, I was able to set it to false. Was that it? Hang on, let's pull up a documentation tab. Okay, that should be a... Okay. So that means that when we request to quit, why are you... If I can clear this, you run this, make sure that I don't get any errors. And bring up my streamer bot, server client. Yeah, good. Right, so let's do some cleanup. I do actually want some printing out though. So create scripts global. Extends no, that's fine. No problem putting an export in because it's, well, it's an export. It's a global even, but I do want to go. We'll do that. I'll type. Ooh, it's not there, is it? That's C#. So if we go to overlay, if actually let's add it as global first. Add. Done. So if global dot debug mode. So basically we want that. put that there. Because we don't need to know if it's successful, really. We just need it to output if there's an error. So it's this one that I wanted, not. I mean, it is this. It's just not quite. It's that. Got any other debug? Yes, we have. We've got a debug string there. So we want if code equals that's it. If it doesn't equal okay, we want that. Anything in Tomb Raider? No. Okay, cool. Those we can close now because this we'll keep open. All right. So we need to add to this a save. Yeah, I've been really bad at. There you go. Languages that have optional things annoy me. I'd rather just be a case of, yeah, this is required. You have to do this. So do it. So where was that page? I've got it open in a tab. Give me a second. Now, because we're just saving the raw data, it's a lot easier. This actually returns a dictionary. I did contemplate like creating a class for the saved data, but because every scene is going to have different data, I thought it would just be easier to do it individually. And I've got to make sure I got semis in the right places. Even though they aren't needed. I can't do it up here, can I? Or can I? I think it's just extends that I can't. Right, so actually I want... Yeah, let's do this like this for now. So we've got game. This would be in the Tomb Raider scene, wouldn't it? 'Cause this is the Tomb Raider. Make this scene unique. The game equals game name dot text. I'm going to change this slightly. The Angel of Darkness. What does that actually look like? It still fits. Although, what happens if I do this? There we go. So, save the game name as that. Then we kind of want this. So, if the child is one of these, we've got stat name. Stat title. And the values. Where do we get the values from? We haven't got an 082. So func get stat. Which is going to return a string. I mean, it only needs to do that because it's not modifying anything. So we go save data. Then we go child dot stat name equals child dot get stat. What I called it? Yes. That will return that. Let's go over here a second. Make things easy. Let's put a button in. We'll add a control, a button. Actually, let's do it on exit. So we want up here. So we've got the current game. Actually, and then we'll go, we need to add a const. Probably a better way of doing this, but preload the scene. We'll just go Tomb Raider for now. There's going to be a whole system in place when this changes. Be able to unload or save, unload, and load new one in, but okay, so after we've unsubscribed to stop any more events from coming through, if current game is not null, I want to call current game dot save. That will get me the save data. So let's do that for now. Breakpoint there. Actually, let's put a breakpoint there. We are going to go to Tomb Raider and we're going to add 2 deaths, 2 kills. We'll quit. Hey, Lynn. Not too bad. Yourself? That is not what I wanted. Guess I could get the first child instead. And this one called save. Run it. And then we quit. So that's the save data. Okay, so now we need to... Oh, we've got save data. Save it. Let's turn it into JSON. We save data. The game or game name? Game, okay. I would put a slash in it. Let's try it. File equals file access dot open the user send s dot json, and we go that save data game, and file access dot write. File dot your line JSON string. We'll take this breakpoint off. We'll run this. That runs through it all. I'm going to presume this goes to app data. Okay. All right, so according to this, it should be under app data, Godot, app user data, and project name. Which is Twitch overlays. We've got file Tomb Raider. It's not right. As I open this file, it's empty. Am I missing something? No, shouldn't be. For now, let's just go game.json and run it. Connected, but not subscribed. All right. Why is that? Take that out. And we'll run it again. Not subscribing again. Let's increase this to a 3-second timeout. is there anything in the documentation to allow to like, get what subscriptions are? API reference. So look. WebSocket requests. Subscribe, unsubscribe. See, it says, so I got an okay back from this. Right. I mean, let me have a look at the save. So now I've got a game.json, which contains the game. So it didn't like but now why is it not subscribed? Let's stop the server and start it again. Now let's try connecting. Now we've got a subscription. Cool. We'll put this back to 2. Let's do this. Var game name equals so just go file name instead of game name. And this oh, it's the new line in that, I reckon. Where are we at? So we'll do file name. Because this can probably be generic. Let's put constant up here. Do that. Oh, I need the var, is it? There we go. We didn't make that an export, actually. That. Add history. That's in fact everything. This should. Can we get? Is there a funk underscore? I think it's exit tree. Just double check that. Underscore exit tree. Want freeing, scene changing, or remove child. So yes. So that's where we're disconnecting from it on exit. Save. So for the current game, so we will need to expand this, but save data, and this would be save name, I think it was. File name. And then we'll use file name there. I mean, to be fair, actually, I could probably put that back now. Don't need it for anything. I don't want to store the history. The history is going to be unique each time. Okay, we're subscribed. And now if we this, we're no longer subscribed. Unsubscribe is done. If I go to my Tomb Raider.json, we've got 2 deaths, 4 kills, file name, and the game name. So now we just need to load it. So we need a load game, which takes a dictionary and is a void. All right. It's a little bit chilly. 1 second. Okay, yeah, we've turned our heating schedule off currently because it's been so warm, but today it's relatively cold, so. We'll go through, so to load it, we'll go through all of them. And then we'll go, very similar to this. If save data dot has the child stat name, then we go child dot update. Child update stat, save data dot child name, like that. I don't think we need the game because the game is set as part of the export thing, and if we're loading it in dynamically, yeah, that's the point. If we're loading it in dynamically, we don't need that as an export. We just need to make sure it's there. There we go. We'll take that pass out. It's not needed anymore. So now, if I do this, nothing happens because we're not actually loading anything. And I probably just overwritten my save file, haven't I? I have. So let's go for 2 and 1, which I think is what it was for, you know, because I killed God twice. Let's go for 5 and 2. I'll check my VOD for the actual numbers and update it to be relevant. On overlay, so we don't want to connect to the WebSocket server until we've loaded the. So if current game is not equal to null, then we want to go current game dot load. I'm not sure current game is the way forward. Get child dot load save. For that, we need to open the file. What is it? Get line. Because that doesn't exist, so it'll be We'll just hard code Tomb Raider in for a second. So now if we run it, it crashes because that's probably the wrong name. And that really should be just, let's just call it load instead of load game. That's save, and this is load. Now if we run it, base control Tomb Raider GD cannot convert from string to dictionary. Oh yes, I need to do the other, I need to do the other way around, don't I? It's JSON.new. Save. What am I doing? I don't need that. Bar. We do want this, so we're just going to go JSON dot parse string, or I thought parse string was what I used on the other end. Or even better, let's just do this. We'll get rid of that. Pass through the get line. In here, instead, we'll take a string. Go, and we'll create a save data dictionary. So they're saying that this just returns dictionary, doesn't actually do any of the parsing, so this should take a... Never mind, mate. That is the right place. The string first, so it's parse string. JSON dot parse string of that. And now if we run it, all right, let's do this one step at a time. Line equals get line, and we go var dict equals, we'll do the JSON dot parse string. We'll go dictionary there, line there, we'll put a breakpoint there. Now we'll run it. What do we got at the various different... Dictionary is empty. Ah, that would be why. Read. Now let's try it. Dictionary is still null. All right, what if I do JSON just parse? Because that's what it is in the documentation. JSON equals JSON.new. Never seen why that needs to be done. All right, what if we go there? Actually, let's just play it. JSON.parse hasn't resulted in a dictionary. It's resulted in 43. Okay, so that's a parse result. We don't actually need that. Then we go var dictionary equals JSON.data. And we go, now we run. And dictionary. Where's my file? File is empty. So I messed up my file. We had not connected. Do that. So now I can just play freely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we close. Tomb Raider now has. So if I run this now, not going to work because I didn't. Let's just resave it, make sure it's not going to get messed up. Now if we run it, so child.startName which child is this we're looking at? That stat name is death. Okay, I see. Because it's a string. And this takes an int. Can I save it as an int, I wonder? This is JSON. If I change this to this, on my save, I do int.parse. int.parse. Good go. String to int. All right, so it should just be that. Now let's try running it. 5 and 3. Sweet. Right, so we can now save and load. So I want... Let's create a dictionary. So I want to be able to dynamically load this. If I delete that, not there now. So if we do meta file, we just do, yeah, there's no meta.json. Okay, so we're doing meta dot, and that will give me a dictionary. I mean, yes, I could have different lines for each of these things. Probably better, actually. But that would mean having them all available and loaded. I don't want them all loaded. I'm trying to keep memory footprint down. So we've got... You know what? I am actually... No. Yeah, well, let's not create a class. I was going to say I'd create a class for it, but again, each one's going to be unique to each game. I don't want to have to redo it all the time. So we've got meta file, meta JSON equals json.new. Is it? That's rubbish. Let's put that up top, actually. Actually, can I just do JSON and just reparse it? Create new JSON objects. Where's their... They've got it within... And whatever. We've got meta dictionary is should do json.parse meta file dot get line. So we're parsing the JSON data. We go var meta dictionary equals JSON dot data. I mean, this is all assuming it works. Then we do a switch. Not switch, is it? It's a match. I don't use these very often, so I need to put it up in the documentation. Match. So match meta dict current game. Interesting. Anyway, so we match that. So Tomb Raider. We'll just do a pass for now. So Tomb Raider, we want to add a child. Which would be Tomb Raider dot instantiate. We're going to reduce this down a bit. We will generify it later. So we create a new JSON, which will be, how do I spell it? Current game will be Tomb Raider. Don't care about anything else just yet. That's not what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. And then this was save as. This is meta.json. There we go. So match on current game. If it's Tomb Raider, we instantiate. So if I run this, I could do this, couldn't I? Move this lot out of the match. That will make more sense. And if we run this, loads up Tomb Raider. If we put this over here for a minute, we go to a remote overlay. Has created Tomb Raider, which is an instantiation of All this should work. Let's. Are we subscribed properly? We are. Good. If I hit kill, death, death, and hit close, and I go to check my Tomb Raider.json, it's updated it. Good. Meta is still the same. We do need to do it. Save the meta file. I mean, current game will never be null, so let's take that out. We want these, so this is going to be meta and meta. And we want to create the meta dictionary, which contains current game, and it equals the current game. So then when we change it, let's start by encapsulating. Let's minimize some of these. Func, change current game, which takes a string. That actually is going to do all of this. Well, that should be, instead of meta dict, it should just be game. We need JSON dots. Go. Let's create a new JSON object based on the game. Before we where are we at? This is, yeah. I just haven't deleted it yet. So before we add the child, we go if get child count greater than 0. Remove child 0. Ooh, no. Get child 0. So we're just going to assume that there's no child. Not meant to be any children into this object. So overlay is never going to have any children apart from the currently active game. I mean, that's not technically going to be right. I'm going to have to readjust this at some point, but that'll do for now. Actually, no, let's create a control node. We call this game overlay, and we will unique name it and bring it in as an on ready. We'll set the current game to be an empty string. Change current game to be the meta dictionaries current game entry. So clear all and turn do not disturb on. So we want if game overlay dot get child count, game overlay dot and just like that, we've now shifted it into game overlay, which means if I have any other types of overlays, such as music overlay, so that I can display what music is playing, or dialogue, or whatever else overlays I have, they aren't going to be unloaded. So anything that's not game specific is not going to be unloaded based upon which game is playing. Get child dot from game overlay. Get the active child and load their file. Which will be of Tomb Raider, or let's just add Hitman. We will do, for now, I'll leave it, as you know, let's create a copy of that and we'll call this man Hitman. I'll leave the path as the same for now. How do I check if a file exists? So look, Godot check file exists. Okay, so if just file dot exists, if file exists, file we go var file name that be current game or just game? So if file name exists, okay, what if I do file dot? The way they've got it is var file equals file dot new. Then file dot That looks like it's node 2D. File not declared in current scope. Okay, so we've got in the file access. What happens if the file doesn't exist? All right. What happens if we do this? Wait for the UI to catch up. So if file.exists, actually, would this be file access? So file access.file exists, give it the file name. So if I go into my meta, change this to Hitman. Because Hitman doesn't exist, there's no file for it. So intentionally left out. I intentionally left it out. I run this. I should still get the Tomb Raider overlay up. Yes, but positioning is all off. So that is probably because I need to anchor this the whole scene. Now if I check, refresh. Have I just saved the wrong thing to... No, I haven't. Okay. All right, so this is on close. There we go. So that should save the right game. That we can simplify that with current game. This is meta. Again, I might simplify some of it and like split some of this up, but for now, Should I go into here? Save name's no longer needed. So now if I run it with Hitman as the option, obviously it's loaded up the Tomb Raider 1, but there's no stats. And if I close it, I've obviously broken the, because I've moved it into its own game overlay dot, which is fine. Actually, I need function save current game. I'm going to move this out to there. Save current game. I don't need I can actually do that now. Yeah, I don't need the meta stuff in there. Actually, yeah, no, I don't need the meta. So this would be game overlay dot get child. That gets the save data from the current. So change game. First thing you do is call save current game. I might even have a save meta and a load meta. Func load meta data. And save meta data. So saving metadata is basically just this. So we will pass through into the save a dictionary. So we grab that lot, put it in there. Metadata. And load metadata. You know what? Let's create a dictionary here. Actually, no. We don't need a separate. So load metadata here. Take that. So we load it and we go current game equals metadata. Current game. And then here we'll just use current game. Actually, no, can't, can we? Then change game. Save game, save current game saves the current game. And if we're changing to, let's say, Hitman from Tomb Raider, we don't want to change the so we do want a metadata dictionary. Do we? Yes. No. I mean, when are we going to be loading it? We're going to be loading it at the start. We're only ever going to load it at the start. So, actually, yes. But this is where current game lives. We've got metadata. So, we'll change current game. It would be metadata. Current game. So metadata current game. Set the current game.
All you motherfuckers want to do is get high.
So we go load metadata. I'll get to this in a second. All right, so load metadata. We load the metadata file, we get the metadata, and then we go that actually. So the metadata up there becomes the JSON data. Save. We don't actually need that. We just stringify the overall metadata. So then we load the metadata and we change the current game to the new game where we call actually if metadata current game is not equal to game, so they're not the same thing, we call save. Because when we come in the first time, we load the metadata which sets the game to Hitman. Then it sets the game to Hitman. They're the same, so they don't need to run. It doesn't need to save the current game. If there are any children, remove them. Instantiate the relevant scene. Load the relevant file. And load it into that scene. So save current game. We go metadata current game. We save it and we store it. That grabs it from the current active game. First time you load, there isn't going to be an active game. So this actually wouldn't work. I mean, it will now, but it wouldn't have. you load the metadata, you change the current game, which adds the scene. So this would go, there is no children. Then in Tomb Raider game, I mean, we don't strictly need that because we don't use it for anything, but and then when we're leaving, we save the current game, then we save metadata, then we quit. And at the moment, the only metadata we've got is current game. If I open up this, yeah, that's fine. Good. So let's I think this is everything I need. Everything I need for the saving and loading. We save the current game, we load the metadata, we change game, and we save metadata. When we quit, we save the current game, we save the metadata. When we start up, we load the metadata, load the current game. If the current game and the game being loaded are the same thing, which they will be because they're using the same dictionary at this point, don't bother saving. Now, I haven't actually got a way to change game yet, so I will have to add that. But for now, let's just go and create a Hitman. A new folder, Hitman. And what we'll do, because it's pretty much the same thing, we'll copy all of these into there. No, not. Move to and duplicate to Hitman, copy. Stats panel. Okay, so why is that uses tumor.gd, that uses stat.gd. So I don't actually think, is this even used anymore? I don't think it is. So we're going to rename this to Hitman. We're going to rename this one to Hitman. We are going to make sure that we are in right scene. This is Hitman. We'll detach the script and we'll attach the Hitman script instead, which at the moment is a duplicate, but we'll sort that in a second. Make sure we assign the relevant things to this. So obviously we detach and reattach the script. That's unique. This one is Hitman. World of Hitman World of Assassination. So we've got an overlay. Here we are Hitman dot ts scene. We do want slightly different stats. So deaths is fine. We want T-kill. Target kills. Actually, let's put this in 2D mode so we can actually see, make sure. So that's fine. We can duplicate this. We want this one as C kills. Non-target kills. Kills 2 is fine. Duplicate this again. This one will be campaign wins. Actually, let's go this to non-target kills, target kills, deaths. This is campaign wins. Wins. So this will be the end boss of a campaign, not the entire campaign, but each chapter. We'll put in campaign losses. Event history. Are we gonna have enough room? So let's add in, we'll just add in this. There should be space for 5. There are, but just. So with a box this size, we can realistically hit a 2-line game title, 5 stats, and 5. Good to know. Right, so if I run this now, current game is Hitman. Good. Won't actually work because I need to make some changes in StreamerBot. So if I collapse all a second, at the moment we've got Tomb Raider, which has got add win, add kill, remove kill, and all that lot. So what I want to do instead, create a new category. This will be overlays. overlay, shall we say. This will be a game command. This will be register stat change. So what I want is I want to copy this here, copy sub action, and paste the sub action there. And I'm going to, have we already got it open? I have. Go into my, so at the moment, the audio that I hear, they basically say that you push the button, which might come through on stream. I'm not sure what channel it comes through on. Overlay. Rest. So we're going to alter the location to this. So that's going to come through on the sound effects channel, which if I have a look at my mixer, doesn't come through on stream. So I hear it. We might change that in the future, but for now, you don't need to hear a sound every time I push a button on my stream deck. That's just going to get irritating. So with that done, we want to copy the action ID, open up my stream deck. What we'll do is we'll change, get the Tomb Raider one working first. So the action is going to be in the overlay category. I called it register stat change. Stat is going to be death. Change value is that. For the, can I make this bigger? Yes, I can. Good. Oh, I don't have a scroll at all now. Good. For the long press, just -1. So I couldn't remove a death anyway. This would also be a register stat change. Kill. Register stat change. Kill 1. Long press. Register stat change. Kill -1. And I don't have enough space, so let's I can just move it to a folder, can't I? Move that to a folder. Move that in there. We'll move that over there. I do need to come up with a better organization method. So this is Hitman. It's back over. So in Hitman, we want to add an event, an action, which was, which are these? Streamer bot actions. All the way down here. We had 5, didn't we? So we got death, target kill, non-target kill, campaign win, and a campaign loss. Like that. So if we go back to my overlay, we've got, if I open up Notepad quickly, death, T kill, C kill, short for civilian. Now, when we get to a massacre, this is going to be a pain. This is wins. Let's short it to win. And loss. I put those over there, bring this up. So we've got register stat change. Stat name. Death. I believe, anyway. That's how I did it. Actually, I could just copy that. Remove that one. Paste it there. Stat name is death with 1 and negative. So if I delete all of these, if I can just so instead of add death, we're just going to call it death. Target kill, which is T kill. Like that. I mean, I could do things with button IDs and all sorts, but C kill. Like that. And then we have campaign win. It's just win. And a long press will be win. And finally, we got a campaign loss. It's just loss. And we just put the long one in like that. So now, if I close this, open up my Hitman, make sure this is running and connected. We've got 1 death, 1 kill, 1 non-target kill, 1 win, and 1 loss. Although I do need to fix that. How am I going to fix that? All right. Let's bring this. No, not that one. Let's bring this one back up. Stat name death. Argument history. And this one is died. So we'll copy history so I get the spelling right. I'm going to have to deal with the removed separately, I think. Target killed. So we won't do the long press for now. Target killed, non-target killed. Campaign chapter 1. That one's probably going to be too long. And we should go history. Campaign lost. Now into here. Into my script. So into, let's do Hitman first. So add history with the event string. So instead of action name, this would be history. And I'll change this over in Tomb Raider as well while I remember. I will go through and add it to Tomb Raider's 2 buttons. And now if I run this with Hitman, no errors. It remembered everything. Died. Target killed. Non-target killed. Campaign chapter 1. Campaign lost. Died. So I think we're all good with that. Now, when we remove one, let me think. Generally, it's because I pushed the button too many times. If it's a negative number, let's have a look. So history item, when we add a history item, add history just adds a new label. So if we add a label quickly, add child node label, let's just go died. That's what that is. What have we got? We add label settings. No, it's just outlining and things. Clear. I don't need to worry about any mouse input stuff because it's on a completely different monitor. Is there a way to strike out? Strike through text. Yeah, no, looks like you can only do it with a rich text label. All right, what happens if I change type to rich text label? Bit content. Markup. I mean, BB code I could enable. What's the BB code for strike through? Right, so I want italics, underline. All right, so it should just be that's really hard to see actually that it's struck through. So let's just go back to scripts. Let's just do a safety check. If data dots arguments dot has history and history is not equal to empty, then add history. But then removing one from history. What if it's not the last one I did? For one. And two, what if it didn't have a history? So no, I think I'll just leave the history item there. But if I go and I remove a death, nothing happened. Why did nothing happen? First of all, let's grab this to add into there. See, I could actually use the same script for both, and I probably will. There's nothing game unique in these. Make sure that death on a long press That changed. Yeah. Okay, good. So now if we run it. Okay, that didn't. Put some breakpoints in. Breakpoint there. Right, good. So data. Arguments dictionary. Death. Change value is -1. That calls update stat. Interesting. Oh, that's a state name. Or stat name. No wonder it didn't work. It's probably the same with all of them then. Probably the same with Tomb Raider, actually. I copied it from Tomb Raider. There we go. So if we get rid of this. Still didn't work. Is that because it's because the subscription's been ended because I hit the breakpoint? So the keep alive couldn't, well, keep alive. Continue. There we go. Take these breakpoints off. There we go. I'm quite happy with that. So set debug to false. Clear this. Move this over here. So you guys aren't seeing double. There we go. So now I have stats for Hitman. Okay, so first of all, let's stop. I want to make some changes. Right, if you can't connect to the WebSocket, we don't need to stop processing. Where is it? So don't set we're going to have like some other UI components for that. Not yet, but right, okay, good. Subscribe. Can I do this? Actually, I know what I'm going to do. Func log. Message, which is a string, which will void. So in here, we're basically going to go where we got this global debug. We're going to print message. Just saves on a little bit of text because we can just do log. I can even do verbosity later on. Actually, probably make my own like global logging class. So not a global as in one of these globals, but a global as in a static global. So I can just do log.log. I'm going to do that. We'll put it in global. This will be logger. Logger. So there'll be class name logger. So we want static. How do I do the static functions? I've done some. Static func. All right, cool. This be log. Debug. Message string. Is that a void? We'll just pass. So if we go to overlay, we'll do this one. So logger dot log debug. Cool. So now we need, let's go add in some more methods. Log debug. Warning. Error. Information. I guess that's all we need. Those 4. I mean, typically in a system you'd have one more, which would be verbose. Let's rearrange these slightly. Yeah, but I don't think I need verbose, so. And we'll put in here enum. Be none. Debug. Information. Warning. Error. This will be logging level. I know it breaks the usual. Should that be? What is the convention? Where's my documentation gone? GDScript style guide. Okay, so it should be underscores. We'll fix that. That's my bad. It's the unfortunate side effect of programming with so many languages, following so many different standards. I might change it down to level actually rather than logger. All right. Just check. I have 2 tabs open. Enums. Enum. Where is it in the list? There it is. So see, in C#, enums are treated as numbers. Go to enum. All right.
Only you had a motive for murder.
So we go into my global and we're going to use, instead of bool, it's going to be a logger dot. Do I have to declare that as static? Can you have a static enum? Then we go logo.level dot none. Yes, you can. I wonder if I actually want to make that as a... No, I do want it as a global. Why you discard? And go. There you go. Yeah, that's better. All right. If global dots so if it's we are error, we print message like that. I'm gonna have to just do if error or actually, what about match? Bring up match again. Does match have fall through? Okay, so it does. So if I go match global dot debug mode, we can do level dot error. And we can also do this apparently. Which I find incredibly bizarre. But apparently that's... So we're going to copy this actually. That sucks. This is why I always carry my wallet with me. Then I've always got... Those two should be there around. This error warning. I think I've got these wrong around. So level dot information. Level dot debug. Yeah, so if we've got the logging set to error, only show errors. If it's set to warning, show errors and warnings. Information, errors, warnings, and information. Not too bad. I have the save system working. I can technically change what my active game is, though I haven't got any method yet to change it. Good evening, Mark. Welcome in. How are you doing today? And I'm just like cleaning things up at the moment with a logger. So log debug. Epic debug or information? Information. This one would be debug. And you could tell I program for a job because it's a case of what did you do today? I rewrote the logging system to log out at different condition levels. And I'm doing well, thank you, Mark. That is an error. So logger dots log error. Logger dot log information. Logger dots log error. Logger dots log debug. Yes, that will be a debug, that one. Logger dot warning. Logger dots. This one would also be a warning, I think. Because, you know, this would be an error. But if the WebSocket closes with anything other than an OK, it's an error. And then I don't need that anymore because I've replaced that with a logging method. That should be it. Everything has semis. Yep. Right. So I need a way to change game. So we want to add a control node. Controls. This is also going to be full screen. Now, what controls do we actually have? Container. I was hoping there'd be like a combo box or something. There it is. So this one would be select game. Well, look, if I run this. How do these work? It's a menu button. Brings up a pop-up menu when clicked. Right, okay, good. Says you can create the items. There we go. Tomb Raider. Checkable. There's a radio button. Add element. Hitman. Checkable as a radio button. If we run this now, I can't click it. Make sure the mouse is set to ignore for everything. Shouldn't make a difference. Let's make it not flat. Okay. Grab this. Grab this. Move it there. In case it's popping up. No, it's literally not doing anything. Let's just attach this to the overlay. And we'll put a breakpoint here. Is it actually... No, it's not actually doing anything. delete or disconnect. Is there a pressed on it? Or is it that's not getting pressed? Not getting pressed. All right. In debug, you've got miscellaneous. So if I click, it's okay. I'm trying to move this below and run it. There we go. So let's disconnect this first because I don't need it connected. So now if we run this, got Tomb Raider, or we've got Hitman. Although it doesn't seem to be checking them. What have I done wrong? Okay. Let's run this again and look at some of the debug information. So we got a remote, overlay, controls, menu button, pop-up menu. I've clicked it. Right, okay. Why are there two timers? All right, what did I click on? So let's go to debugger. Miscellaneous. Click. Tomb Raider. So we've got menu button, pop-up menu 6, scroll container 2, control 3. All right, that's the same for both. There's two items. Clicked Tomb Raider. And it didn't do anything. All right, so let's bring up the menu button again. Let's go to its node. Yeah, this doesn't look easy to use. Apparently, there are more signals available than there are here. Someone suggested a different type of button. Option button. Let's try an option button instead. We'll delete that one. So we've got Tomb Raider. Got Hitman. Now if we run it. Okay, good. Let's add these programmatically then, shall we? So we want the options button. I mean, we will hide the controls for now. You know, we'll keep them visible, but they will be hidden. So we want this as an on ready. There, wouldn't it? Make sure I put things in the right place for this. As long as I don't move anything, it's fine. We'll stick it as just as is now. So we've got option button, got add item, which should be Tomb Raider. Add option Hitman. For item in option button dots. How do I get the items? All right, we're gonna have to do this differently. Yeah, from I in range 0. Option button dot item count. Pretty sure that's how you use a range. If option counts dot get item get item text at I. If that equals metadata current game, then I want you to option index dot set dot select the item at index 0. Then once you've found that, I want to option index option button dot item selected dot connect option button item selected. So that just takes an index. So we add new function. Takes a index as an int. Which is a void method, I believe. All right, so when a new item is selected, we want to do an option button dot get item text at index if the item text is the same as the current game, so you selected the same thing twice, then just return, leave. I'm gonna set that to yeah, pass is fine. All right. So if you select the current game, leave. Otherwise, call change current game to item text. Which should apparently current game is Tomb Raider, which is not. Right, I will be right back. But Wolf is asking for the heating on because it's cold, which I agree. So I will be back in a few.
Turn the shit we do and our words into pure reality. 'Cause you and me are meant to be what they don't see. Never feeling wrong 'cause we don't belong. And getting high in love, we're invincible. Trust in me, we're invincible. Don't you see, we're invincible. We're invincible. We're invincible. We're invincible. We're invincible.
And I'm back. Now, let's see if we can debug this. Don't mind me, I've just got some mini eggs. Right. Put a breakpoint there. Right. The option button has got ID 0 and ID 1. I0. Current game is Hitman. I see the flaw in this. So now let's try it. So now if we continue, it's set Hitman as the... So if we take off that breakpoint a minute, change game it to radar, and it's loaded up the stats. Let's change those stats. We'll go back to Hitman. Okay, that's why that doesn't work. We never actually set current game other than on load. Okay, so current game is Hitman. We'll add some. Okay, I need to make sure I set those properly if I'm making any changes. All right, so save everything. Now if we run it, we won a campaign. That's broken. We died. Oh no, the connection obviously hadn't been done. There we go. So we made a load of changes. Now we're going to go to Tomb Raider, which we're going to die a couple of times and get some kills. History is not working because I haven't got that set up properly for Tomb Raider. But now we want to go back to Hitman. And let's add a couple of kills. And then I'm done for the evening. Close it down. And if we start it back up again, it saved the stats. Good. Now, I don't want that to be there whenever I'm playing. So, let's have a look. In the overlay, let's... clean up a bit. So let's close down the methods that we know are clean, because they're new ones that I've made recently. Let's log a warning. Oh, we already logged a warning. All right, never mind. Okay. Let's add a function in. Handle event res. Handle event received, which would be all this. So this is going to take a string. Go into here. Yeah. All we need to do is that. Which we could even bump up that to reduce space. Yeah, I like that. So we'll change that to a match. No, we do need state actually. Yeah, no, I'll leave that as it is now. Let's add in some controls. Input. New action. Show controls. Actually, we toggle controls, wouldn't it? Which we're going to do for a right click for now. Now, what's the best way to deal with handling input? And where do I want to handle it? Add a new script here. This would be process. So in the, there's an input event. Interesting. Func input. If event dot is action pressed, toggle controls. Actually, is this the best place to put it? Because if this is hidden, it's still going to accept input, I think. Actually, for now, we'll just logger dots log information. Right mouse button pressed. We'll go to global. Set information level to information. So we should get that. And I'm going to hide the controls. Okay.
Killed by Dev 5.
Killed by Dev. Welcome in and welcome in, Raiders. I hope you had a good stream today. Give me a second. There we go. So you would, I could have guessed from the name, but you were doing Dev as well. What have you been working on, may I ask? What are you currently working on? And for everyone who's new, as many of you, probably all of you are. Oh, very nice. I'm Abyss. I mostly stream games, though I do want to get and do more dev work. I'm currently working on an actual overlay for my stream, so that I can record stats on screen. As you can see here, I've currently got my overlay running. That's the point. I'm writing code while it's running. Oh, no, I'm not. I was just testing something. Yeah, so I stream 3 days a week, typically. Thursday, I'll play games. Saturday, my plan is to do dev work. And then Sunday, I play with my fiance and a friend of ours. We play nice casual games like Minecraft, or at the moment we're playing Stardew. Where are my buttons? There they are. So, as I said, thank you for the raid. Please feel free to hang around and enjoy if you have the time. If not, I perfectly understand. And to everybody else, welcome in. Right, back to it. Yeah, so that does trigger even while it's hidden. And thank you for the follow.
Killed by Dev.
So let's put a boolean in, say controls shown, which is false. Yes, thank you for the follow. So we've got false. So when you toggle the right click, if controls shown, then don't need then. Hide if I don't want to show it, and set controls shown to false. Otherwise, else show, and set controls shown to true. So now if we run, thank you very much and have a good rest of your day. As I said, I really appreciate the raid. There we go. So now we can change game. All the stats are recorded and historied. Everything saves and loads appropriately. For anyone that wants to follow me on anything other than Twitch, my socials are here. Feel free to follow. I'm not very active, unfortunately, but I do try and put updates to what I'm doing there. So let's turn off the logging for now. Right, good. What do I want to add to it next? How long have we been going for? We have been going for 3 hours. I'm tempted to switch over to some Hitman for a bit. Just finish the evening off with some Hitman. Actually, give me one moment. I'm going to see how long Shadow War's going to stream for. We have got things to do afterwards. And there's no point in me starting something new if it's going to be like 10, 15 minutes. I am back and we have plenty of time. So let's have a look. All my stuffs. Checking my notifications because there's loads of notifications, and anyone that knows me knows I hate notifications. Okay, yeah, all good. Right, so we are going to swap over and play some Hitman, okay? Utilizing my brand new Hitman overlay. The logging set to off. We are subscribed. Let me just clear my Hitman. Gotta be a better way to do it. I need a clear button. Yeah, I definitely need a clear button, actually. We'll add that before we switch game, because it is dev day, so... right. Let's load my Hitman script. Let's add in add an argument. Can I rearrange these arguments? No. Type string, which is action type stat change. So let's add this to all of them. And yes, I know I need to do it to the long presses. I wish there was an easier way to do this. But if we set this up like this, grab a copy of that. So we'll go for the long press, which doesn't have a history item. So if I type it, I'm going to type state again. I mean, that is not actually accurate. I might change that to overlay relay or something. Relay overlay command. So we get stats change, and we'll put it in the long presses. So not add new one. We'll do this. There we go. There, like that. And then we can add a new button. Put it there. Put this one clear all. One key down. Oh, it's doing that stupid thing where you can't. There we go. Register stat change. And we want action. We only need one, which is clear all. That's the only thing we need. Close this down. And we go, if data.arguments has action type, which it should have, actually logger.log warning, event does not have a action type associated. If this is not a configured button, this warning can be ignored safely. And when we return out, because we don't want to check anything else, then we go action type equals data arguments dot action type. Then we can do this wonderful thing, match on action.